Hello, this is your Athens, Georgia tiny weather girl, and I'm here tonight to talk with you about the weather. All right, so currently in Athens, Georgia, it is 68 degrees. Relative humidity is around 35%. Winds 6 miles an hour. Tonight, we can expect a low of around 49 degrees. Tomorrow will be high temperature around 70 degrees. It should be really nice tomorrow. And pollen isn't crazy yet, so if you are able to take an outside lunch, tomorrow would be a great time to do that. Let's get into the weather. So we have some pretty crazy weather heading our way across the southeast. Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon in Alabama, and then eventually Saturday evening hours here in the Athens, Georgia area. I'll try and step through this quickly and show you what we can expect in our specific area. A lot of attention right now is going to be on the Alabama, Louisiana area because that's where shit is going to get real fast on Saturday afternoon. So what we're looking at is we're dealing with a couple of low pressure systems moving across the Midwest and Southeast area on Friday and on Saturday. The first low pressure system we see here is going to be kind of popping off there in the Texas, Arkansas area. That system is kind of move east, northeast. It's going to cross over the Ohio Valley area. There's going to be a lot of wind shear. Further northwest of that, where you see the L right there, there's going to be like a pretty low pressure system that's going to bring a lot of cold temperatures and like actually blizzard conditions in the upper Midwest area. So they're going to be dealing with actual snow. We are going to be dealing with something a little different. So that's the first system. This is around late Friday night, early Saturday morning. So the second system is going to pop off shortly after this, and we're going to see it appear in the Gulf of Mexico, right off the coast of Louisiana. This is going to be around early Saturday morning, around 7 o'clock or so. And by midday Saturday, we're going to see it start encroaching the Alabama area. The dark red and dark purple areas there, that represents what we call wind shear. And wind shear is when you have a couple of different systems move in. In our case, we have warm Gulf air. You can see the wind barbs right here. They're kind of pointing upwards, so we're bringing a lot of warm Gulf air north. And there's also this low pressure system right here. It's not marked on the map over here, but we have a lot of air moving in. There's a jet streak moving in from the west to the east. So those two combined right there are going to create wind shear. And wind shear, you start getting things go up, and sometimes they start turning, and that's an ingredient for severe weather, and specifically supercell development and tornadoes. All right, so this is midday Saturday as we move further off into the late afternoon hours. And then for us here in Athens, Georgia hour, this is around midnight. So you see those dark purple hour blobs right there, kind of right over Athens. So the model views, we're going to go and take a closer look at the southeast area. So this is around, 00 is around 7 o'clock Saturday night. And it jumps forward all the way up to 1 o'clock in the morning. So it doesn't do us a whole lot of good because the time between that is when things are going to pass through our area. We're kind of like, we've got a blind spot right now with the model data for this run. What we can look at right now is we'll just take a quick look at a SKU-T diagram right around Athens, Georgia area, and we'll kind of look at what the data looks like right here. And what I'm seeing right now is that we have a lot of storm relative helicity. Just again, you have wind shear coming on. You've got the potential for helicity with those two opposing air masses interacting with each other. The Cape values are low but not zero. So Cape values, once you get up in around 500-600, that's getting pretty substantial. But here we have relatively low Cape values. This again is at 7 o'clock at night. And the system is more than likely going to come through our area around 10 o'clock at night. And then the next model view we have is at 1 o'clock. So we're kind of in this blind spot. So this is before the main system pushes through. We have a little bit of downdraft CAPE. CAPE stands for convective atmospheric potential energy. And that's basically, you can think of that as tornado fuel. When you have high CAPE values, such as we did in 2011, you had this CAPE of 2,000, 3,000 CAPE values across the southeast. You had that massive tornado outbreak. We don't have that same setup this particular time, so it's not like the 2011 outbreak at all. Alabama's going to have some high cape around 1,000, 1,500 in the afternoon hours, which is plenty enough to get some pretty dang strong storms popping off. But we're not going to be dealing with a widespread amount of really astronomical cape values, which is great for us. But conditions are still there with the relative helicity in the air, and we have a lot of wind shear, 72 knot wind shear. There's going to be a lot of interacting winds. So if something did pop off, it could pop off a very strong tornado. All right, so again, I'm kind of in a blind spot. I can't show you around 10 o'clock. This is what I'd really love to show. I can't do that right now because we're looking at the GFS model data. It's a long-term model. It only updates every 6 hours, so there you have it. So we can take a look at one of the early NAM models. This is the NAM 12-kilometer model. It's not very detailed. And let's see if I can get a view of the height and wind map right here. So this shows you kind of the same data we're just looking at from the GFS. It's not that different, honestly. A lot of wind shear passing through Georgia, sometime between that 7 o'clock, 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock hour. I don't have the ability to look at a SCUT on this particular detailed view of the NAM. The next NAM product we're looking at right here is the NAM 3K, and this is the very high resolution model. There's a couple of others that are similar to this, like the HRRR. These are going to be the ones we're more interested in, and we'll have a little more clarity come tomorrow and Friday. Right now, this particular model view just doesn't go out much farther than this. I think we're we're as far out as it goes, up to hour 60, so I can't really show you a whole lot. This is going to be 60 Saturday. It's going to be early morning, around 1 a.m. Saturday morning, so we're not really going to have a whole lot to show you here. I'm worried about that. All right, so what we expect here for Athens, Georgia is going to be a squall line to pass through our area sometime Saturday around 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock. We'll have better clarity as we get forward. So a squall line, a linear line of storms. We see these all the time in Georgia. I feel like that's all we get. These things that come through at 3 in the morning and they wake us up, and the thunder. And this is going to be one of those situations, but it's going to be something you don't want to just idly pass you by, and it's not going to be a big deal. This has potential for some very strong storms with potential for tornadoes if something does pop off, which is with the amount of wind shear in the air, with the jet streak coming in, the warm air coming in from the north. It's the primary ingredient for something kicking off. That's going to be what we're looking at. It's basically a squall line coming through Athens about that time. As we get further back into Alabama in the daytime hours, they're going to potentially see some discrete cells that pop off ahead of that squall line, and those discrete cells are kind of like little sprinklings of storms that happen out ahead of that. Those are the dangerous ones, because those are the ones that you really expect to see tornado development in. I don't think that we're going to have as much of that, if any, here in the mid to east Georgia area. They may see a little bit of that in the west Georgia area, but who knows? It's still a little bit out right now, and things could progress in a way we could see some of that here. So stay tuned. I'll do another video more than likely tomorrow night. I also post semi-regular updates on the Athens, Georgia weather subreddit. So that's reddit.com/r/Athens, Georgia weather. And there you can interact. If you have some questions about weather, if you want to chit chat and share, feel free to do that there. Excuse me. So right now, I think our threat level is high, but not critical high like we have in Alabama in the afternoon on Saturday. But we should definitely stay aware Saturday night as we go out and we go enjoy the great food and music and art that Athens, Georgia offers us here. Just be aware. I'll do my best. I'm going to be more than likely at an event Saturday night, so I'll check in and do updates as I can on the Athens, Georgia subreddit. Make sure you have a weather app installed on your phone, one that has notifications, buzzing, especially if you've got it in your pocket and you've got loud music going on, you can feel something going on, you take your phone out and say, oh my God, we're at tornado warning, oh my God, I need to get to shelter. So if you're going out with some friends, make sure you have somebody that's designated to be that watch, and hopefully others will be watching downtown if something happens. And of course, if the worst did happen, if a tornado did come toward downtown Athens, think about the places you don't want to be, which is near windows. So if you're in Flicker Bar, for example, y'all need to pack your asses into that back hallway, away from all the windows. If you're in a 40-watt club, get back as far as you can back in the pool table area and just cover up as best you can. Get away from glass. That's the biggest thing I can think of. But hopefully we won't deal with that, and we'll have some cool Gothic thunderstormy weather Saturday night, and hopefully not much of any damage. But we'll probably have some damage with downed trees and shit like that. Probably going to happen. All right, that's it for your weather update here. I will do another update again, more than likely tomorrow night or Friday night. I don't do this for a living. This is one of my autistic special interests. I've been studying weather for a while, and I continue learning about it. So I'll continue sharing with you what I know about things. We don't have a lot of folks who specifically deal with Athens, so. Right now, a lot of folks are dealing with the bigger picture in Alabama and West Georgia. So I'll do my best to continue keeping everybody updated here with our area. So until next time, I'll talk to you later. Maybe we'll see you on Reddit, and we'll see you next time.